Hello, my friends. This is part 2 in a 2-part series called On the Same Wavelength, where we're learning about this wonderful way to do compatibility. Just developed in the year 2023 more fully. I've actually been working with it for quite a while. The software was finally released to the public towards the end of 2022 or early 2023 to see these strong vibrations. In the first part of this series, we looked at the 7 vibration connection between Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson. And here's the list again of their strong vibrations. And I've circled in red here the 13 times 3 times 3 times 3. I'm very interested in this because it's simple. It's 13. It's an extremely high number, 351, but it's simply soft 13. 3 times 3 times 3, soft, 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 13. So this is some kind of natural, easy sense of, wow, this person is special. I love this person. They're so unique. You see the uniqueness in the other person. Everybody's unique. We're all unique. Even twins are different from each other. But the 13 vibration connection makes you feel what's unique and special about that person and how their uniqueness and specialness connects to you and how it means so much to you. That's what it does. And so let's look at this 13 vibration. And what we're going to do is we're going to do 13 times 9, which is 117. We're going to take the 3 times 3, which is 9, multiply that by 13. That's 117. And then we're going to see trines, because the 13 times 3 times 3 is what we're going to look at. We're not going to include the last 3. We'll just leave those as trines. The reason for this is if you can leave aspects as trines, it's kind of helpful. Also, we're at such a very high vibration. Let's just stop at 117 and look at the trines. We expect to see trines in this chart. And here's the other thing that's important here. It's not just another example. It's a different kind of example from the 7 vibe that we looked at in part 1. There are 2 ways that you can connect in compatibility. One is the biwheel. You do the biwheels of the 2 vibrational charts, just like we did in part 1. The other is the composite. We're going to do the 117 vibration of the composite chart. This is the midpoint, the normal midpoint composite chart. And there it is. This is the 117th harmonic composite. It's a harmonic chart, or I call it vibrational chart, of the composite. So in your software, you create a composite and then do a 117 vibration. In this case, we want 117 of the composite. And I know that for most astrologers, this sounds bizarre and crazy, but that's because we've discovered that we live in a beautiful, intricate, awesomely, mysteriously woven. It's like the most beautiful, intricate mandala you can imagine. That's what we're living in. And we have the tools now to find these special mandalas, these special vibrating systems in which you live, and in which couples live. And Rita and Tom live in this 117 vibration. How do I know that? Because the listing told me that's the wavelength that they are sharing. And it shows up in their composite. Sometimes you'll see it in the composite, sometimes in the biwheel, sometimes in both. Here it comes up very strong in the composite. By the way, at the bottom of the listing of the strongest vibrations, it tells you at the bottom what the connections are. I'm going to do another video on this technique for composite. Now I will show you that and some additional things. There's more things I want to show you that we'll have in other videos. But what I want to show you here, what are the planets? Grand trine. We expected trines. Remember, why do we expect trines? Remember, it is 13 times 3 times 3, which is 117. So we're going to see trines. We've pulled these together into a number, 13 times 3 times 3. We left out the 3, which means we're going to see trines, and there they are. It's a Venus-Uranus trine, extremely tight, with the moon and Saturn. Well, I didn't make this video until I had finished the previous video where I picked out Venus-Uranus as an extremely important pair of planets. Extremely important in romance and marriage, because Venus-Uranus gives the spark. It gives the surprise. It gives the excitement. A little bit of spark, excitement is so wonderful, especially while I live in America. You know, a lot of it depends on your culture, you know, the setting. But people like that spark, that excitement, that feeling of, wow, you know, you want to sing, you want to dance. It's strong sexual chemistry. So there it is, the Venus-Uranus in the 13, the extremely strong 13. This system that you would never be able to find without software that will go in and find that this is one of the most conspicuous things going on. It finds it, and now you see what's going on. We found Venus-Uranus, that was the planets I looked at, being a special connection in 17 vibe and 11 vibe in the video Astrological Compatibility in a Vibrational Universe Part 2. So if you watch the video Astrological Compatibility in Vibrational Universe Part 2, I'm talking about their Venus-Uranus. I look at Venus-Uranus in each chart. Now Venus-Uranus connects yet a third time in the composite chart, in a special 13 relationship. This means this is like my sweetheart. This is a special person for me. She's just like, and he's just like, this is like a perfect match. A feeling that this is a person I can be with. This is almost like you feel like you're boyfriend and girlfriend forever, even after you're married. There's that spark, that excitement. You surprise each other. You make each other laugh. And the commitment, the Saturn, that this is the way to... So you have the Venus-Uranus combined with Moon and Saturn. There it is. It's amazing that we are now seeing into the beautiful chemistry, the beautiful intricate patterns in vibrational astrology. And we're not making this up. We've got the data. The Astrology of Bipolar Disorder Scientific Breakthrough takes you through the whole story, including verification of the whole thing through a strict hypothesis test. So there it is. Now they're special to each other. They're special romantic and sexual partner. There it is. Just so they have a lot of good stuff. Now you have to make it work. I've seen people with excellent connections, but if you're not ready for it, if you're confused, there's a lot that's required to make something really work. They've got fantastic, unbelievably good astrological compatibility. And that's how we see it. And they were able to tune into it and work with it. So if you are new to VA, welcome to a new world of the intricate vibrational tapestry in which we live. Astrology is a more beautifully woven tapestry of vibrations than was ever imagined, than I ever imagined. We've discovered this. It's a simple system. Once you figure it out, everything starts falling into place. And we learn so much every day. And so there it is. So to summarize, the strong shared vibrations shown in this new feature in the series software, which I demonstrate in part 1 of this 2-part series on being on the same wavelength. It shows the wavelength that two people are on. It shows the planets that are involved, the orbs of the aspects. And again, I'm going to make another video on using this feature where we're going to see some other details and what this listing shows you and more things you can do with it. So this is an exciting new modern evidence-based level of astrology that's appropriate for modern academia, modern professions, and it's wonderfully inspiring and uplifting. This is where we're at. Okay, so if you're watching this video, that means that you are a member, thank you very much for being a member. The other thing I always like to remind people about is the annual Vibrational Astrology Conference. Since you are a member, and thank you for being a member, you might be interested in the annual conference if you can get to North Florida, Gainesville, Florida, in the first week of March. I always like to mention that once in a while. Okay, I think that's my last slide. Yes, it is. Thank you very much. God bless. Namaste.